All right, Coach Lake here, and today we're going to be talking about mental disorders and their treatments. So there's a whole bunch of different kinds of disorders, and I'm just gonna list them. I'm basically gonna give you a definition, what they mean, and then some broad treatments because there's a lot of them, so we kind of need to move. So, how are substance abuse disorders treated, and what are substance abuse disorder? So, a substance abuse disorder is an unhealthy dependence on alcohol or drugs. Most substance abuse begins as a defensive behavior pattern. So you're taking drugs or drinking as a way to cope with something else. So the most important step is admitting a problem exists. You probably have heard this bazillions of times. You should keep realizing that and know this because you will be quizzed on that. For this reason, most treatment programs begin with self-awareness and admitting the need for help. Treatment may involve individual counseling, behavior change, programs, or support groups, or all of the above. Okay, other thing. How are anxiety disorders treated? Anxiety is a feeling of uneasiness or fearful concern. You feel anxious when you have a sense that something bad will happen. Anxiety disorders, this is important, are really many different kinds of problems. Some are physical and some are psychological. So anxiety disorders, some are physical and some are psychological. Physical problems can be treated with medicine that a physician can give you, and psychological problems can be treated with psychotherapy, including behavioral modifications. So behavioral modification is a form of psychotherapy. It teaches a person to replace less effective behavior patterns with more effective ones. Third thing. How are affective disorders treated? An affective disorder is a mental disorder characterized by disturbed or uncontrolled emotions. The most common affective disorder is clinical depression. Clinical depression is a long-lasting, intense sadness that lasts for a long time. People with clinical depression have trouble handling normal activities. In its most dangerous extremes, depression may lead an individual to attempt suicide or even kill oneself. Fortunately, clinical depression can be treated with help from professionals. Medical health includes antidepressant medicines and or psychotherapy. So one way to deal with depression is to become involved in a goal-oriented activity. Working to reach a reasonable goal helps to set a new direction. Another example of an affective disorder is bipolar disorder. This problem causes people to experience a wide shift in feelings. Their behavior changes from one of overly energetic, I can do anything kind of mentality, called the manic phase, to one where it's the other extreme depression. And it's so, and bipolar disorder is secular. It goes through cycles is what that means. And generally it's not day to day. Generally you are in a manic state for a while, and then you're in a depressed state for a while. And you don't flip-flop like so many people think. It's like Mr. Lake's bipolar because he's super happy 2 minutes and then he's super mad the other 2 minutes. No, that I'm not bipolar. I may be a little crazy and have a disorder, but it's not a bipolar disorder. All right. Now, how are thought disorders treated? A thought disorder is the most serious kind of mental disorder. This might be important to know. So a thought disorder is the most serious kind of mental disorder. Symptoms of thought disorders are twisted or false ideas and beliefs. A twisted idea is a hallucination, an idea that an object or event that isn't real. You see it, but honestly, you're the only one who sees it. A delusion is a twisted or false belief. The combination of twisted ideas and false beliefs keeps a person with thought disorders out of touch with reality. Only mental health professionals can treat thought disorders. Okay, how are eating disorders treated? Eating disorders are attempts to cope with psychological problems through eating habits. People falsely believe that they don't look good and have to change their appearance. This focus on appearance often leads to an eating disorder. An eating disorder can be a way of avoiding the pain of regular life. Eating disorders are serious and require professional help for treatment. There are 3 main eating disorders: anorexia, bulimia, and compulsive overeating. So anorexia is an emotional problem characterized by severe weight loss. when that can be through crazy exercise programs and or restricting how much you eat, how much you consume. Bulimia is an emotional problem involving eating large amounts of food in a short period of time, followed by purging and or expelling the food or severe dieting. Compulsive overeating is an emotional problem involving binging, consuming lots of food but no purging. All right, so that is our lesson on mental and emotional health, specifically geared towards disorders. If you have any questions, let me know. Do the homework and have a great day. Coach Lake out.